Hello, GovCon winners, and welcome back to my channel where I'm here to help you find, bid, and win profitable government contracts. My name is Dr. Kizzy Parks. I have been awarded well over $50 million in federal government contracts. Today, we're going to talk about simplified acquisitions. This whole concept of there's all this money for purchases under $250,000. Government has this magical purchase card and they're ready to swipe or insert the chip or have you magically type in those digits so you too can be paid fast and promptly through this simplified acquisition approach. If it weren't only that easy. My goodness, if it were, wow, man, would the majority of the contracts out there just be all around simplified acquisition. So maybe you're wondering, well, what is this? It's in essence a simplified way for the federal government to make purchases with a small business. That's it. Typically, the amount of money that they are spending is $250,000 or lower. But I'm going to show you a few things. So this is a really good website that details all of this information around simplified acquisition procedures, as well as the thresholds that you see here. And the thing that you must know, and this pertains to the entire federal government space, and that is it can vary. You'll notice here that you'll see the magical $250,000 number, but you'll also see here 800,000, and then here talking about 1.5 million. So this should already say something to you that, oh, okay, there's some variance here. Yes, this happens all of the time. So not only based on the supplies or services that they're procuring, you may have a very senior leader that's able to pull some strings and magically 1.5 is now simplified. That before it wasn't, now it is. You see here that they highlight kind of the why. So it reduces cost, it helps improve competition for smaller businesses, different set-asides, there's efficiency, and most important, avoid unnecessary burdens for agencies and contractors. Oh my goodness. Whew. Those different burdens and oh goodness, all the bureaucracy. Sometimes it seems like, oh my gosh, is it ever going to end? At the same time, I kind of love figuring all of that out in terms of the government space. But what's great is that the government is really able to make things simple. So let's kind of really dig deep into this. But before we do, there is something that is super important. If you are interested in taking advantage of simplified acquisitions, and that is often they literally want to pay with some type of government issued purchase card. So that means you need a merchant system, a merchant account. At one point in time, they did not like the use of PayPal because whenever a PayPal transaction is run, it's listed as PayPal. So my flagship company has two merchant accounts, one with Bank of America and one with PNC. Why? Because we have multiple bank accounts, business bank accounts that is, and they all serve different purposes. With PNC, the amount of money that can be charged has no limit. For Bank of America, it has a limit. So it's very important that you communicate with your small business rep so that they can help you figure all of this out. Also, Bank of America fee is around $25 a month. For PNC, the monthly fee is $20. Also, both merchant accounts will take additional fees out of every single transaction. So these are things to also keep in mind, where perhaps you're charging $10,000, but if the fees, including the monthly fee or maybe your annual fee, it could be $2,000. So your revenue is really $8,000, and then you have to keep deducting to get to your end profit. A kind of a quick workaround, QuickBooks Online, for instance, they offer a option. I believe it's up to $10,000. That number may vary, where you can run a credit card purchase directly through their account. There have been times, even with the federal government, where we've chosen to do that because of the size of the purchase, or maybe the person in charge was like, look, I'm cool with using QuickBooks opposed to a merchant account. I have no problem with that. The other tip is, and this is also very vital to help make sure you have that cash flow there, and that is the person who is using the method of payment, they're going to need all the information. They're going to need the related billing address, the related zip code. And there was a time where someone paying provided their personal information to go with the credit card. And of course, that wouldn't go through. And I get it. Sometimes people don't know. They just don't know. They're not actively using a government purchase card. Remember, they have other jobs, other missions, other things that they're focused on other than paying you with a government purchase card. So what we have is actually a payment form that we'll often give to the federal government, and it has all of the lines there: the card number, expiration date, 3 digits on the back, the billing address, the billing name, the billing zip code, and things of that nature. So therefore, it's nice, it's easy, it's concise. You have all that information there, because with a merchant account, you're going to key in all of that information. You're not swiping it or anything of that nature. We don't even have any kind of swipe devices, and we've had the merchant account for well over 10 years. In terms of if you use like a QuickBooks Online, as long as the agency is fine with that, they can just enter in all the information. It's the invoice is sent to them. They click the button and they enter it in like they're making a purchase on Amazon. Again, they just need to have all of that key information. I want to show something else, because there is this concept that, oh, we have this money, it's simplified. You have a service that we need, like janitorial or engineering or training. And so we're just going to pay you. Here, take our payment. Just charge us. You're still more than likely going to have to submit some type of proposal. I know. So there are times where the proposal was more of a PDF and mirrored what my flagship company would submit to a commercial client. And then there are times where it's way more elaborate, and it involved a technical volume, a pricing volume, as well as filling out any kind of other documents. There is a bonus item that I want to share with you all. So what I'm showing here is an actual SF 182. So some agencies, this is a defense agency, federal agencies will often issue something similar, where they wanted a course from my flagship company and they paid on a credit card. And instead of issuing kind of your standard contract, they issue this in place of it, this SF 182. because it is a smaller, a simplified acquisition. And so this is nice because you have this, it's easy, it's simple, and often you can sometimes charge before the training course. Sometimes they'll allow you to charge the day of the training course. Once again, it's really important to communicate with the actual client to learn what their kind of desires are when it comes to invoicing, and also find out, are they cool with using the QuickBooks approach, a merchant account approach? It's best for you to look into all of that. For those of you who have merchant accounts, I think it's always helpful to ensure that you're running transactions through it so that your banking institute doesn't question why you have that account, because they could at any point in time look at the account to see if maybe they need to change the authorization levels or just remove the option for you to have it. So kind of our rule of thumb is to run everything through the merchant accounts because we have them, and it's great that they're there as options. So when it comes to simplified acquisitions, they make everyone's lives easier. You're still going to have to submit a proposal. You're still going to have to go through some type of invoicing. It's just that often it's paid with a government purchase card, but not always. There have been times where my flagship company was awarded a simplified acquisition, and they actually paid through IPP or wide area workflow. That is why asking questions, reviewing all related information is vital. Never make assumptions. Always ask permission. And I'm telling you, you'll go far. Why? Because you're a GovCon winner. You're here learning how to find, bid, and win profitable contracts. I'm your mentor. I'm always here for you. And again, subscribe, have that notification button going. Please, any kind of comments, anything I can do better, please, please, please let me know. And until next time, don't forget, everything is possible.